everybody, it's Jeanne, and I'm here with the 5 minute challenge on August 30th. I did this from the Art and Soul Studio on Facebook, and I was inspired by the other 5 minute challenges that I've been watching, and so I did this one. I picked out some colors because they were similar to the color of my focal piece, and I'm trying hard not to blend them too much. I want them to be just a little bit choppy. I want to see some distinct differences in the color. Definitely like to get down into the edging. I sometimes like to leave color or blank it or leave it undone at the edges, but on this one I did try to get right down to the edges mostly. I did a little bit better on the one side about not blending on the left side rather than the right, but the right side is going to have my focal piece anyway, so where it isn't blended is where you'll see it the most. So I'm just hurrying along here. I put this in double time, so it should have only taken me 5 minutes, but it didn't. It took me a little bit longer, but you know, that's how it goes. Now, the first part of the challenge is painting. The second part is adding media to your work, and it doesn't have to be just papers, but I chose a couple different papers. These papers here are my leftover papers from underneath when I'm working. I work on a plastic tablecloth, and it's still, you know, I still have a lot of overflow. I'm a messy artist. That's all I can say. I'm just messy. So that particular blue piece also has some tape on it, as well as paint. That's a piece of envelope at the bottom right, and this piece up here is part of the page that I took my image from. So I'm having a little bit of trouble with that. I don't like to make it too heavily glued, but you definitely have to have enough glue to make it stick. And after I put this on, then I did add a little bit of, I picked up a piece of paper towel to move it, and decided to add a little bit of those pieces just for texture. So I think it added, you know, nice. You see there. That was easier. Just glue it that way. It all dries clear anyway. So I decided that was the best way to do it, especially with that tissue paper. It was sticking all over my hands. I couldn't hardly get any. I probably would have put more on if it wasn't such a pain to use. But anyway, so that was step 2 of the 5 minute challenge. First you have your paint, then you add your media. Step 3 is stenciling and stamping. So I was working with this stencil, and it really didn't show up very well. So I decided no. I wanted to keep with the yellow, but I wanted it to show up a little bit more than it was with the other stencil. This turned out very nice. I'm really happy with this. I really liked how that looks. And I just kept adding and adding because it was fun. It was working. As the acrylic paint that I'm using there dried out, the stenciling became lighter and lighter, which I liked that. I liked that the pieces were varied depth of color. So but I did want to do some more and it had completely dried out. So I added some more paint. This one I was happy with. It is darker at the bottom and lighter as it went up. So then I got out my stamps and I bought some new stamps and I really like these. I love the polka dots. Been playing with that a little bit. These are Chinese, or Asian, I should say, Asian characters, because I'm not sure which language they are. And it says faith, hope, and charity on the side. So, so I loved how those turned out. I really love that stamp. And there is my focal image. I tore her out of a storybook that I picked up at the Last Chance Goodwill bin as it was being wheeled out for the fire pit. And I was so happy because I love the images. I'd never seen this book before, but I love the images on it. And of course the book was not in any condition to share with a child, so it was easy to cut out the pages that were left still in the book. The image was a little bit too close to the background color, so I was darkening the edges so it would stand out a little bit more. And there were a lot of edges, and even though the stamper was tiny, it was still a little difficult to get all the edges in there. And I like smudging some of it onto the picture too because it just gives it a little more depth. So then I added more glue again, make sure it got on there and stuck on there really good. And this little book is called Princess Matilda, and she's wearing her crown. You can see her little feet, tiny, tiny feet down at the bottom are so cute. But for some reason, they just didn't show up when I was finished. But so that was step 4, adding your focal image and your step 4 is adding a focal image and a sentiment. So I'm working on that. See, when I went around the feet, it just kind of made the feet disappear. Which was too bad, but you know, there it is. That's how it is when you're working. Some things work and some things don't. But I still really like this. And then I kind of fill that in black. That's really part of step 5. But anyway, there's the sentiment, and it says, enjoy the everyday. Just enjoy the everyday. Throw on a princess hat and twirl around. Yeah, that's me. So, there it is. And the last of the directions was to use a pen or pencil or both and fill in. And so I added a little bit of color to her earrings to make them stand out, and colored her gloves red as well, just because the white didn't show up very well. And then I added a few little doodads and outlined some of the pieces of media there and had some fun with that. So it didn't take me 5 minutes. It looks like it did, but even the video is 11 minutes long. And it's double time. It doesn't seem like it took 22 minutes to make this, or 20 minutes because I've got, well, 10 seconds of intro. But it didn't seem like it took that long, but it goes really fast. But I think the more you do this, the faster it'll go. And not necessarily, I still don't think faster is better. The reason is you do the 5 minute is so that everybody can try and get a little bit of art in their day, every day. So that's me. Enjoy the everyday. You can barely see her earrings. Yeah, there you go. And her little feet underneath that twirly skirt. And a little bit of fun. So anyway, so that's my video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, share it, make a comment. But thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.